Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Monday One Shots. We began this back in November, and we're working our way through December as we've been showcasing RPGs that have not yet been played before on our channel. This week, we're going to begin our one and only special double feature, utilizing the Fate game system created by the fine folks over at Evil Hat Productions, as we delve into the cartoon universe with the first half, Twilight of the cartoon universe. My name is Andy, and I'm going to be your GM for this evening. So join us as a band of eclectic characters from 3 decades of prominent cartoons face off against forces untold. I've gathered a great cast of characters tonight, so I want to give them a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves, where else we can find them, and who they are playing tonight. And I believe we will start with Aaron.
Hello, everyone. I am Aaron. Tonight, I will be taking the role of David Xanatos, billionaire playboy with a penchant for supernatural rumors and legends, who is kind of like Tony Stark if you take away all of the ethics and morality. From the Gargoyles universe, in case you didn't recognize him, because, I'm old. Other than here, you can find me... play Kennedy on the Born of Rage stream here at USP. I'm also the game master of our Something Something Dragons podcast, where we are playing Pathfinder. So,
Awesome, thank you. Calvin, would you go next?
Sure. I'm Calvin. I guess this is my first time on a USP stream or guesting on any stream, actually, now that I think about it. I'm mostly over on my own channel that I'm running with my friends called Win with Dice, where we just talk about like RPG stuff. That's where you can find me online, on Twitter and we do on Twitter and YouTube mostly. We do have a Twitch channel that I haven't really actively used yet, but we might be using it soon. I don't know.
And who are you playing tonight?
Oh, tonight I am playing XJ9, also known as Jenny Wakeman, the teenage robot from My Life as a Teenage Robot, the titular teenage robot.
Indeed. Mira, you're next.
Oh God, you guys are doing good introductions. Well, I'm Mira. You probably, I've been on the Untold Stories project before, but never on stream. You've probably, if you listen to our podcast, Something Something Dragons, you might know me as Blue. And tonight I'm going to be attempting to play Compostible.
Awesome. Thank you. And last but not least, Will.
Hey everybody, I am Will. Very excited to be here. I am playing Dexter from Dexter's Lab. I really like that show. And where you can find me here on One Shot. That's the only thing.
All right. Once again, I'm Andy. I'm going to be your game master for tonight's game and next week's game, because this is a 2-shot, as I mentioned before. So, with no further ado, we will go ahead and get started. And my players and you must sit through my monologue, because no good cartoon double feature doesn't start without some sort of narrator voice. So, we begin in the void, the black. No sights tease your eyes, no sounds press upon your ears. In this silent, empty dark, there is nothing. But then, something changes. Visions of friends, families, and enemies flash in your mind's eye. And you feel a pulling, tugging sensation that continues to grow in intensity. And then you understand. What you're feeling is loss. A loss so profound and deep it has driven itself to your very core. As you grapple with this, the dark silence is shattered by a low sound. Maniacal laughter, growing ever louder, tinged with hatred, jealousy, and a hunger alien to you. As the laughter reaches its crescendo, you can feel a warmth spreading from within. Anger, rising from the depths of loss, growing brighter and hotter until it consumes the dark. With a start, you find yourselves bolting upright. Around you, you awaken in a small, completely metallic room There are bunk beds strewn about the room, and the sound of an industrial air recycling fan is about the only sound you can hear. As each of you wakes up, you can note that there are, for game purposes, for the looking at it, there are 3 other individuals besides yourselves in the room.
Well, this isn't the strangest place I've ever woken up. Do any of you know how we got here?
I
Not
don't
at
even know
all.
where here is.
Well, that's the next thing to figure out. Andy,
Yes.
do we recognize each other, or are these complete strangers?
These are complete strangers to you.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so who exactly are you people?
David Xanatos. Surely you've heard of me.
Not at all.
Nope. I'd remember that name.
Well, you all look on the youngish side. I'm sure you don't keep up with the news.
Kim Possible.
I'm Jenny.
Really?
Well, XJ9 if you want to be formal about it, but I prefer Jenny.
Did you just respond to her saying her name with really?
Does she look like a Jenny?
I get this a lot.
Okay.
My name is Dexter. If anyone cares.
Oh, I didn't see you down there.
Yeah. It's about right.
I was to make the joke, but I didn't. This is a great start, guys.
Right. All right. Let's see what we can figure out about this place. And I'm going to start looking the room over, looking for doors. I'm assuming were we on the floor or on
the bunks? On the bunks themselves, yeah.
Okay.
It looks like the room has enough people or enough cots for about 10 to 12 people.
Do we see any sort of way out of this room, or?
Yeah, there is a single door. It kind of looks like a bulkhead door. Dexter, kind of the doors that normally would close in your laboratory. Xanatos, definitely more of a technology doors. Jenny, same thing. So all of you are very familiar with that type of door.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Well, Jenny, was it? You look sturdy. You want to try that door?
okay, I'll give it a shot, but we don't know what's on the other side of it, so just get ready for and she's gonna look directly at the redhead. You get ready for a fight. I'm not sure about these two just yet.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, again, missed you. I meant her.
Both redheads.
Sorry, missed you.
I'll just take a step and hide behind Kim.
Comes up to her kneecaps, maybe.
Yeah. Xanatos will let the heroic types go first.
Can I listen to the door, see if I can hear anything about it?
Sure. You can go ahead. If you want to give me a notice roll, you can do so.
That seems like a thing.
All right, sorry for being... Yeah, sorry for completely forgetting everything, but
Nope, no worries. This is a learning game.
Here.
Nope, no.
Okay. Like, I see the +3, but like, what do I roll?
I believe you just hit the notice skill itself.
Yeah, just
The
click
word
on the
notice.
Bill.
Yep.
And that involves finding everything. There we go. That
All right. Yep. So you got a great. So on our wonderful tracker that you guys have in game, that is a great success, which means that you are actually able to hear, Kim, as you kind of put your ear to the door, you can hear heavy boots kind of walking towards the door, and they kind of stop right before the door.
It sounds like someone was coming to the door.
And as you say that, the door slides open, and a green-skinned man with a goatee, missing an eye, and rather leather-ish type armor stands before you. Oh, well, this is great. You guys are awake. You guys have been out for seconds.
Are you the one that brought us here?
I am. My name's Matrix. Andrea and I rescued you. Yeah, sorry. Sorry to give you bad news, but your worlds are kind of gone.
Excuse me.
On.
Might be better if I show you. Here, follow me to the bridge. He motions for you guys to follow him, and he leads you out into a rather cramped corridor that doesn't take too long before it leads you to another bulkhead door, which opens to where you see a blue-haired woman sitting behind a pilot's console and a viewport looking out into space. And Andrea turns around and looks and says, "We were too late here, lover, too." Matrix sighs and he goes, That is the darkness. That's what consumed your world and that one before we could pull anybody else off of it. Andrea and I have been kind of scouring the universe looking for people, survivors that we could take off of worlds that were in the path of this thing. We haven't really been able to rescue many. And with you guys, it was actually surprising. We found you after your worlds had already been consumed.
What is doing this?
He points out the view screen, and at this point you can see Andrea hits a couple of buttons, and the world comes into view a little bit, with a little bit more focus. This Earth, this planet, is consumed with a red-black ichor-like energy that is enveloping it as though a hand was encircling an apple. As it does so, all of the color, all of the life of this planet kind of just is drawn away by those tendrils. And as it kind of pulls back, there's nothing but a spot of inky blackness left in its wake.
So everything is gone. My home, friends, family, they're all that?
Afraid so.
What about my computer? I'll try and get my watch.
The watch comes up, but with like no signal.
This is disturbing.
Suddenly, warning klaxons begin to sound throughout the ship, and Andrea looks back at the rest of you guys. Strap in and see what you can do, because we've got to get through that before we can be safe. And at this point, the tendrils are beginning to kind of coalesce once again, but they're making a beeline for your shuttle. So, yes. So each one of you guys is able to take an extra spot inside this piloting section. And what we're going to do, because this is a learning game, we're going to let you guys choose one skill to use and basically learn how to roll the fate system.
Sure. Does this ship have any like
Is it
weapons on it?
anything?
That's something you guys can certainly find out. For initiative, for fate, we're basically just going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Calvin, with Jenny, and we're just going to go down the line. When we get a little bit later, that'll change just slightly.
Okay. So I guess Jenny's first instinct is to shoot this terrible thing.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, does this ship have weapons, or do I got to stand outside for a sec?
Yeah, you sit down and you're able to interface with the system enough to realize that it does have a set of weapons that you can fire.
All right. Does the ship have an AI that I might need to make any sort of brief conversation with?
The ship does not appear to have an AI.
Oh, that's a shame. I'll try to use shoot to fire whatever weapons I can find on this thing.
Go ahead and give me that shoot roll.
All right.
All right. You also got a great. So Calvin, Jenny, tell me exactly what it looks like.
So as she's sitting down, she's like settling into this chair. She's still, I guess, feeling that anger, but she's channeling it into focusing on firing this weapon, which it's probably strange for her not firing a weapon that's already integrated into her body, but she's quickly adapting to it and just aiming to blast at whatever seems to be the center mass of this incoming object.
Okay. That shot appears to have split some of the Icarus energy apart. Dexter, what would you like to do?
I'm going to look over all of the stuff. If there's a way to... I'm going to start hitting a bunch of and see what happens.
Are you going to find out what this button does?
Kind of like knowledge roll I can make to see if I can figure out any kind of systems.
Yes, there certainly is. You actually do have knowledge at a +2. There's also investigate, which would probably work for you a little bit better at this point.
Let's do that.
All right, your investigate roll is a fair. So yeah, you're kind of looking over the buttons. What are you specifically looking for?
I'm looking for something that will either make this go faster what we're in, or yeah.
Oh, so you're looking for like the turbo button.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, so you're able to find that button, and I'm assuming you'll press it once everything looks clear. All right. Sounds good. Xanatos.
All right, so I'm noticing that the robot's first choice is to attack before investigating. Good to know. And the small redheaded child likes to hit buttons. Also good to know. I'm going to look at this methodically, the way I do everything, and I'm going to see if I can find anything in a database on this ship to get any information about that they've collected about this entity, this enemy. So
All
I'm
right.
looking for information.
You are looking for information, and then if you would please give me an investigate check.
Okay, I'm not good at that.
You can spend a fate point by invoking an aspect.
I was hoping that I could use knowledge, but
You are looking for something rather than knowing something.
this is true. All right, so I will go ahead and spend a fate point.
Which aspect of Xanatos's would you like to invoke?
I'm going to invoke my "if you build it," or no, that's the stunt. That's not.
That's your stunt. Yeah.
Sorry. What are my aspects again? I'm having trouble figuring out if I've got. You know what? I'm gonna just go. I'm not gonna spend the fate point. I'm just gonna go with
With what you got?
trusting the fate of the dice.
All right.
Let's see how that goes for me.
Good luck.
Yeah. Um,
I mean, at least it's not bad luck as I normally have.
well, I got an average result. I got a 1.
Yep.
+1.
So, Xanatos, you're looking through the computer, you're pulling up queries about this entity, this darkness, and basically what you found is that it has consumed a considerable number of planets, more than you actually believed existed in the universe, at least in a realm that hosts sentient life or robotic life, as it may be.
Right.
You do get a map that kind of shows that it is a wave emanating from a specific point. Not quite been able to be triangulated yet, but there's some data points that point to it being in a specific cluster. And it's been kind of radiating outwards from there. There's also a list of planets that this shuttle was going to be hitting after this one. But it looks like you guys probably aren't heading in that direction based on the headings that Andrea has put into the computer.
Okay.
And finally, we will go to Kim.
All right. So, like, in comparison to wherever this thing is, where are we going?
Looks like Andrea is kind of pointing herself right towards that opening that Jenny just made by shooting the blaster through the center of this thing.
All right, then I don't know what to do. I have no idea. I mean, my first thought was like I was going to look to see if there was an opening, but it's now a nice obvious hole.
Well, you can still do that. You can look.
Yeah.
If that was your first thought, then go with it.
All right, they're gonna do that. What would you want me to roll?
I'd like you to roll notice for me, please.
Awesome. I'm actually good at that skill. That's a 3.
Yep. So with that, actually, Kim, you notice that the shot that Jenny fired, while it did create a nice hole for you guys to fly through, there are a few tendrils that are forming in the center again, kind of radiating outwards from the one that got split, that if you don't point those out, the ship could be speared directly by one of them.
Got it. I'm gonna point those out then. What's her name? Sorry.
Andrea.
Andrea, it looks like they're like tentacles, you said?
Kinda. Oh.
More tentacles are going in around it. Be careful of those.
Thanks. And she does a couple of yanks on the steering column and basically juts the shuttle back and forth a little bit to avoid them. And you guys are through. The lights of hyperspace kind of envelop the ship, and you guys jet off. Shortly after that happens, the ship will disembark from its hyperspace journey and basically put you guys out in a relatively calm section of space where there is nothing floating around you besides one gigantic spaceship.
Impressive.
Awesome.
And Matrix and Andrea turn to look at you and go, welcome to the Absolution. It's not much, but it's home for now. Here, we'll get you on board, and I'm fairly certain Tom will want to meet you guys.
Should that name mean something to us?
No, but we'll let him explain when we get on board. Trust me, it's not something we really believed either when he told us the whole story.
Got it.
So the shuttle will dock in this massive spaceship. and you guys will disembark into a relatively empty shuttle bay. There are several shuttles here that look like they are not quite mothballed, but they're definitely not going anywhere. And there are some very small, crude floating robots floating around doing a little bit of maintenance. As you guys step off the ship, a glowing set of lights goes on to illuminate a walkway. And a gentle female voice kind of comes over the loudspeaker and says, "Oh, new guests. Wonderful. I will alert Tom to your arrival. If you would please follow the lights to the bridge, we will be able to meet you there."
I guess that's our route.
I mean,
Jenny's gonna just like wave to those robots before she goes in, but then she will of course follow the lights.
As they don't seem to notice you until you turn away, and then one of them kind of cocks its head and goes,
Oh,
So, you guys head up to the bridge, and it is a rather large open room. There is basically a captain's chair sitting above a lowered section of the floor upon which sits a very large circular pedestal. You don't see anybody in the room currently. However, you do see a very large pair of robotic feet sticking out from underneath that console itself. And you can hear some bang, crash, zip kind of, and you hear the soldering gun going off. And you hear a voice say, "Sarah, was it coupling 9A to circuit 8B? No, Tom, it was circuit 9A to coupling 9B. Right, yeah, that makes sense. You hear some more fiddling, and you hear a click snap. And when that click snap happens, a large holographic map of the universe, much like the one that you found before on the shuttle, Xanatos, is displayed from that circular pedestal. There are a number of lights that are on that planet that have been dimmed, a good 60% of them. You hear a little bit of grunting as a figure removes itself from underneath the platform. And stands up and looks in your general direction. Sarah said we had guests. My name's Tom. I'm the caretaker of the universe. The last, if that darkness has anything to say about it. I'm assuming you guys have some questions.
yeah. Oh, so many.
I mean, you just gave me one.
Yes, Tom. That was rather... you didn't even really give them a chance to settle in, did you? Says a sprite-like AI that appears next to him.
Well, I don't plan on getting comfortable here. So that's fine. I don't mind getting to the point.
I mean, do you have anywhere to go now?
So we have a safe haven where we've been taking some people that we've been able to get off planets. We haven't been able to rescue many. Unfortunately, and he'll point up to the display of the universe and he'll point to where this little sanctuary is. He goes, "That's where we've been placing people. That's the furthest out from this wave of impending doom that's been spreading across the galaxy. Unfortunately," and he kind of hits a button and you see a projected path and a projected timeline for how long it will take for that darkness to reach that planet. And it is less than a few days away. there is really nowhere safe in the galaxy at the moment. However, Sarah has been pulling from my archives from the previous caretakers, and she believes that there is a place where you can go to find something that might be able to help us fight the darkness. If you're willing to help us fight the darkness, that is. I mean, by all means, we can.
No. Going and hiding doesn't help. I have a family to get back to. Let's figure out what needs to be done to get all of this undone.
Okay. Tom's going to look at the rest of you. Do you share his sentiment?
Yeah, Jenny's gonna nod and say, I have a family to get back to as well, and my friends. And tomorrow was my 18th birthday, if there's still a tomorrow.
And I have a computer and an annoying sister, so I guess I should get back to you.
Okay. All right. So Sarah will come floating over, and she'll point out a planet. This planet is relatively soon to be hit, but our archives tell us that there is an item that exists here that we're not entirely certain what it is. The records are fairly garbled, unfortunately. We're not sure if that's interference from the creature, this darkness, whatever the heck it is, or if it's just the previous caretakers' reliance on old technology. But there's something here that has the potential to drive darkness away. And then we have actually one other choice, and she'll zoom out and back into a patch of darkness a little bit ago, and she'll zoom in on another planetoid. And this one has that inky black aura around it, but there are still specks of light existing within it. She's going to point this one out and nod to Matrix San Andrea. This is the home of Matrix San Andrea, which was consumed by the darkness itself. However, unlike every other planet that's been consumed, it's still somewhat there. Their friend Bob went back to see what exactly was going on, and we have not heard from him since. Matrix is going to pop up and say, yeah, we're kind of worried about him. There was multiple connections on our planet to other systems. It's possible something there is connected to the way the darkness is spreading. So Tom will look at the group of you and say, so you have a choice. You can go for a weapon or you can go for knowledge. I don't envy you that choice. But you tell us where you want to go, and we'll get you there.
Well,
knowledge,
not weapon.
If we have to fight this thing, I'd rather have another weapon. I've got a lot, but I don't mind having one more.
I would probably prefer having another weapon to fight it with.
If you don't know what works against it, what good does
Wait.
having a gun help?
The gun on the ship worked. Maybe we just need a bigger one of those.
And getting info without having a way to fight it makes somewhat that info not the best.
We can build a weapon if we know what works.
Unless you don't have the materials to build it.
That's never been a problem for me.
Might be today.
Sarah or Tom, do we know what the weapon is that we would be going for?
We're not even sure. No, we don't know exactly what it is. We know that there are legends about it driving darkness away. And
Pick up something we don't know what it is, or we go somewhere to learn something.
pretty much, yeah.
I can barely hear Will.
Sorry, I was saying we either go somewhere to get something that we don't know what is, or we go somewhere to learn something that we don't know.
I mean, that's the long and the short of it, yes.
I don't like the idea that there's something I don't know.
I've never found that a lack of knowledge about a situation was a good idea, was helpful.
Do you have any weapons here that we can have?
Other than the shuttles, the ship itself is not primed for combat. We're a collection vessel. Rather, we spend our time scouring the universe, collecting the signals that come from all the planets and cataloging them.
I mean, if this weapon can drive it back, that might give us a better chance of going basically into it to try to get this knowledge and getting out alive.
Yeah, I mean, if we go get that knowledge and this thing attacks us, we can't really stop it.
You already pointed out that the guns on the ship seem to do a good enough job in the short term.
It got us out of one situation, but if it's attacking us before we get the info, we kind of just wasted our time. If we get away.
This is exactly how
the
this
problem
split would
with having
go.
an even number of players.
I mean,
Care what we do, and I'll walk away and I'll start searching for like anything that I can use to make some kind of weapon myself out of whatever technology is just around. So I'll let them decide while I'm trying to figure out like a laser gun or something.
I mean, if it's just the three of us, then I think we know who's outnumbered.
I love having my fate decide, not just my fate, but the fate of the entire multiverse decided by a group of children. Fine.
For what it's worth, Tom says, I can send Matrix and Andrea back and see if there's anything they can pull. If they can find Bob, and if they can get you that information while you're out, we can split our forces that way.
Can't hurt.
Sounds good.
If it'll be okay, then sure.
Yeah, we know the layout of the land at the very least. All right. So Xanatos, Tom is going to walk up to you and say, not that I don't trust any of the others that are with you, but you have an air about you that you're used to being in control. So he hands you a device. In case you find anything else out there and you feel like reporting it, I give you that power.
Appreciate it. I will slip it into my jacket.
All right. Matrix and Andrea will take you guys back to the shuttle bay. Get you set up. Get the autopilot engaged, or at least get the destination plugged in so that you guys can take off from here and head out. Tom and Sarah will come back to the shuttle bay and say, we wish you luck and let us know what you find. And you guys will head off.
All right. Jenny, you figured out how to use that gun before. Can you make sure to stay by the weapons stations?
Got it.
All right. So the familiar lights of hyperspace will give way to visual stimuli once again as a star field and planet.
Familiar.
I mean, you've seen it once now, so it's familiar because you saw it once.
I don't think I get used to it that fast.
I mean, there are multiple situations Kim gets used to that fast.
This is more of me. Just
It's
yeah,
true.
no, it's familiar now.
It's perfect. Yes. So a star field and the planet come into view on the shuttle sensors. Below is a blue-green orb with stark contradictions. Lush grasslands and vibrant forests stand out against gleaming metallic structures and ever-present I can talk, I swear.
You got this.
Artificial lighting. The shuttle is going to descend into the atmosphere and basically land in a very narrow strip of open ground between a lush forest and what appears to be the alleyway of a very technologically advanced city.
Wonder if what we're looking for is in there, in that city.
I mean,
Seems
my
like a
inclination
place.
is certainly to go to where the technology is.
Do we have any sort of like tracker for this thing, or?
You do not have any sort of tracker. You have basically the bits and pieces of this legend of a item that drives back darkness.
Is that like all of the legend we know, or is there other parts of this?
There are. Give me a Give me an investigate check to go through that information.
I'm bad at that. Not best. Not
Usually
unless I roll like that.
It's usually what weight
Get
is
it
for,
too.
right?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. No.
So I'd like to really quickly say I don't have luck at all, and this is my proof.
Yeah, that didn't.
Don't roll.
That didn't work so well for you, Kim.
No,
Will.
not tonight. Anyone else want to try that?
Investigate? I don't know if I'm any better at it.
I mean, you probably can't do worse.
I mean, fair. It's hard to get a much worse result.
true.
Yeah, could I make an attempt at that check then?
Certainly can. All right. With a, yeah, I mean, that's a two. It's a 2. It's a good roll. It's a fair roll. So with that, Jenny, you're kind of
Four more
you're.
than I-
It's true. You just all those negatives did not help you. So Jenny, looking through the information, you are getting other pieces and bits out of it. You're hearing this legend, this item actually disappeared from this planet for a very long period of time. And while it was gone, this dark entity kind of took over and made the planet different than it was before that item was lost. It looks like it has resurfaced relatively recently in the planet's history, but it doesn't appear that the information you've gathered or has been gathered about this planet has mentioned whether or not it has truly succeeded in driving out the darkness, or if it is still in the process of gathering power to do so.
Power, I understand.
Weapon resurfaced. Maybe we should find someone to ask for directions.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
Before we leave the ship, I would like to scavenge pieces from the ship so that I can build a short-range scanner using my "If You Build It" ability.
Okay.
where once per scene, I can create an item to mimic a skill of my choosing.
Yep. So what skill would you like to mimic?
I would like to mimic Notice.
Okay. So then you will give yourself an extra +2 when using Notice for this entire world. Sounds good to me. Yeah, you'd be able to put that together. I'd imagine you've been putting that together since you got on board.
Seems like a thing I would do.
Does seem like a thing you would do. All right. So you guys are heading off the ship then and into the city itself. All right. If you would all please give me notice rolls as I move the map.
Hey, I'm better at that now.
While we're all rolling, can I confirm, did I end up making myself some kind of weapon?
Yeah, you can have something to shoot with, yes. Because I believe you do have shoot.
I got a 5, so I noticed things.
Yeah, yes, you certainly did. So let me go back here and double check. We've got Jenny with a fair, Dexter with a fair, Kim with a superb, and let's see here. Xanatos, you ended up with a 3 after that. So
Correct.
that gives you a good. All right. So Kim, Xanatos and Kim both can hear the unts, 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 unts of techno music being played from an open-doored club somewhere in the inter portion of this city. Actually, all of you can hear that. I'm sorry. Xanatos and Kim, you notice you can hear the apparent screaming of people in the streets as you get a little bit closer.
Well,
What do you do?
Xanatos is just kind of looking over at Kim and Jenny like, you're superheroes, right? Aren't you supposed to do something about that?
Do something about the music?
No, the screaming.
What?
Where's the screaming coming from? Sorry, this is not in character. This is me asking.
Yeah, it's coming from the street, basically. The street above you guys, or in front of you guys, because you're in like an alleyway.
Okay. Can I like poke my head around the corner to see if I notice anything?
You certainly can. And when you do see a rather sizable number of beings like that, kind of walking down the street as civilians run from them. A few of them are wearing some sort of odd vacuum-like backpack, and the others are shooting this kind of weapon that, as it fires and hits a citizen, it engulfs them in that red-black ichor. It drains all of the color out of the civilian, and then one of the guys behind them comes up with that vacuum and kind of sucks it up and into the tubes on its back.
I don't like that.
I didn't think you would. So, I imagine that's going to take us into our first true combat.
Yes.
Yeah?
Um,
Yeah, maybe just a little bit, you know?
Maybe just a little bit. All right. So the way combat works, at least for my version of this game, you get to choose who goes first. Whoever goes first then gets to choose who goes after them. You can choose yourself. You can choose any of the other players, or you can choose the bad guy. If you choose the bad guy, you get a fate. You get a fate point. I'm going to see here. There are, just because I don't want to put out too many things of this, there are 4 of those robots that have those blasters that are turning people into some sort of inky black red ichor, draining all of their color away. So, Kim, I believe since you poked your head out and saw all of that, you would like to go first.
Yeah.
I mean, it does seem reasonable.
All right.
Dear God, what even is this thing? Oh God, like how would I explain this?
You do hear a mechanical voice speak and emanate from this thing as it's doing so. It says, Krang would like to finish this work and be done with it so that we can get back to whatever it is that Krang was doing before this. Yes, Krang, I agree. Krang has defeated the turtles. Krang will take over this world as well.
Yeah, I thought I recognized that artwork.
Oh no.
That's where I recognized it from. It took me way too long.
I was gonna say, I was like, is that a Krang?
It most certainly is a Krang droid.
Where is Samurai Jack right now?
Got it.
It's a very good question, isn't it?
Oh boy.
There are some weird droids turning people into... I don't know. But we need to stop this. Alright, so I have no idea how this is gonna work. But just run up to one and kick it.
I mean, you have a fighting skill.
You have a fighting skill.
That's what I'm thinking.
Are you going to gymnastics your way up to it and fight it?
Sure.
All right then.
I don't know.
I mean, why would Kim run when she could do a handspring?
Yes,
bad guy?
She's gonna do a whole gymnastics routine and then punch the bad guy because that's what Kim does.
Yeah.
All right. So, go ahead and.
That's gonna involve rolling well.
Yes, it is. Go ahead and give me
let's
a
hope we
fight
can do
roll.
that. Hey.
That is a very good fight roll. Let me see if this Krang droid can defend. And he certainly cannot, actually. You have... which color would you like to have taken out?
I'm
Blue.
gonna take out blue. I'm taking out blue. I just punched myself in the face apparently.
All right. So, Kim, if you would give me a brief description of what just transpired there as you took out a Krang droid before it could do anything.
Oh, God. I don't know. Could I have kicked off its head?
You certainly can.
Great. That's
Which then the robot is controlled by the squishy brain in the center of it, goes chasing after that head.
I have a vivid image of this. It's hilarious.
All right, Kim, who would you like to go next?
I'm gonna give my girl Jenny it.
Yeah.
All right.
That does sound sensible.
Jenny, having seen that these robots are A, kickable, and B, have heads that fall off.
And C, are piloted by squishy brains in the center of their torsos.
She is going to fly forward. Her hands are going to warp and transform into these massive mallets, and she's going to do a fight roll to swing them.
Oh gosh, Jenny the whack-a-mole.
Whack a brain.
Whack a brain. Whack a Krang.
Fuck the crane.
All right. Are you good with that roll, or would you like to invoke an aspect to give yourself a +2 or to reroll?
See my aspects here. Not sure if any of these would be helpful in the immediate situation that I'm in right now, or to just like smack a thing.
There are 3 on the scene as well, on the right-hand side of the thing there. The Panic in the Streets, the Advanced Technology, and the Wells of Magical Power are also, those are called scene aspects. And those can be tapped in the same way that your guys' personal aspects can be.
Oh, actually, if I use my built to save the day aspect, could that apply since we're pretty much protecting civilians here?
It certainly can.
Cool.
Do you want the +2 or do you want to reroll?
I got +3 on this. No, I'll take the +2, I think.
Okay. That'll give you a 3. Let's see. Yes. So these Krang droids do not appear to be any match for your retro-futuristic technology as you whack-a-mole this thing into the into the street itself, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. Just bonk. Both hammers.
Krang. What is going on, Krang? All right. Which color do you want to take out, Jenny?
I'll go for the green one.
All right, green is down. Who would you like to go next?
I don't know. I don't know what these two can do to fight.
You can hand it over to the
You
villains.
could always give the turn to the bad guy and then let me and Dexter mop up.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Let's see what the bad guys are doing.
All right.
Only a couple of them left.
That will give you a hero point for letting the bad guy go next. So there it is. All right. So Red is going to turn and attack Kim with the blaster. So Kim, I need you to make a defense roll.
Okay. This is not a close attack, is it?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So you will defend with run.
Got it.
Because it's kind of like dodge.
Got it. That's a 3.
That is a 3. So you are able to nimbly get out of the way of this blaster fire. And
Yay.
Orange will go next, and it will also attack, but it will attack Jenny with its blaster.
It'll
Spread the
try.
love.
It will try. So Jenny, if you would please give me a run for defense.
Ooh. Might actually do pretty well.
Do you want to re-roll that?
This is just to get hit, right? Like not the.
It's both the hit and the damage.
I mean, I've got 4 of these points, so.
I mean, it's not like you can take your fate points with you after the slingshot's over.
Very
Yeah,
true.
it's true. Yeah, I'll spend one.
Okay. If you click on it and then drag it out, I can delete it.
That's how it works. Okay.
I wouldn't mind. If I could take fate points into the real world, I wouldn't mind.
I don't know, trust me. So I'm assuming, Jenny, you would like to re-roll that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, it's better.
It is better. So I got a shift of 1, which means it hits you and would deal 1 damage. However,
I also am armored. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yep.
So I'm
Jenny.
armored and take 1 less point of damage from all attacks.
Yes. So this attack kind of hits you, begins to kind of start to eat away, and then just kind of sloughs right off of that Teflon coating. All right.
I'm just as tough as I look.
What was that, Aaron?
That was Xanatos saying, "I would love to know what you are made out of."
Xanatos, I believe we will let you go next.
So the one that Jenny whack-a-moled or whack-a-cranged, is there any chance that when it was whacked, its blaster fell to the ground?
There is a very good chance of that actually happening. Yes.
Then I would like to pick up that blaster and shoot Red.
All right. You may do so.
All right. That's not a bad shot. One might even call it a fair shot, as I got 2 successes.
All right. Wow. I am. These are minions, and they suck. So yeah, that will take red out. What does it look like, Xanatos?
So that's actually kind of what I was curious about. Oh, I guess it lashes out at them and drains it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all of that neon metallic coloration inside in the robot kind of just drains away, leaving it as though it was a like a pencil and ink lined sketch. Before it just dissolves into a puddle of goo. Is like there's nothing holding it up anymore.
I will look down at the gun admiringly and go, that's something you don't see every day.
And I believe last but certainly not least is the shortest member of our party who everyone has forgotten, Dexter.
I haven't forgotten him.
I will scurry out from behind a corner and I will say, I am cool too. And I will take my gun.
Oh, it is all I can do not to just go and pat you on your head.
I'm going to fire at the tube on his back.
Okay. So give me that shoot roll. All right, let's see how that. So that is enough to hit. Excuse me. That is enough to hit, and it does crack the glass in that, and the ink and the goo begin to kind of spill out. However, it does not down Orange. It is still up. We are now at a second round of initiative. Dexter, you can choose to go again, or you can choose somebody else to go.
I will go again.
You got this, Dexter.
I am cool too.
Validate me.
Oh, that is a -2 on that roll. Would you like to re-roll, Dexter?
Oh, Dexter.
That seems very Dexter. I'll let it happen.
So what does it look like? What does it look like, Dexter?
I think he gets very excited that he actually made contact with the first laser, and he tries to do like a very Indiana Jones, twirling the gun in his hand as he fires it again, and it probably like falls out of his hand and ricochets the wrong way, and some tree or something gets all of the color drained out.
I can definitely see it. Oh, poor Dexter. Who's next, Dexter?
We don't send children into combat.
I will have Kim possibly go there.
All right then. Well, kicking the last head off worked, so we're gonna try to do the other butt.
All right.
Last spot, I guess.
Last spot.
Woo!
Oh wow, that is a great roll. Literally. Oh jeez, Pete.
Almost like Kim does this professionally.
Yes. Kim, what does that look like? Because that will down that one as well.
You guys are making me create knockout scenes. I don't know. Dexter just shot it, right?
He did. It's true.
So I guess we're gonna use that mist shot, so it might be like distracted and I don't know. Can I like kick it into a wall?
You certainly can.
Awesome.
All right, so you kick it into the wall. The rest of the tube shatters. That inky red ichor kind of drenches the back of that robot and drains it completely of its color, and it becomes as though an ink and pencil sketch, and then sloughs into nothingness.
Awesome.
And it is about that time you can hear the rat-a-tat-tat of a machine gun from around a corner as a red-haired individual comes running around the corner, chasing after one of those Krang bots, and then slices his massive greatsword with one hand through that remaining Krang bot. Ah, that'll teach you to be messing with me and my wee bonny wife. Ah, it's at him.
Meeting a lot of new redheads today.
And say, a relative of yours?
Look at how tall I am. Do you
Wow. Are you saying all redheads are related? I don't even know that, dude.
Careful, Xanatos. There's a redhead waiting for you back at home. So this gentleman is gonna kind of look at you, look at the two droids that aren't nothing but inky darkness, look back up at you and go, who be all of ye, and what you be doing here, other than the good work, it seems?
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Mechanical creature, are you one of Aku's?
I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna say no.
Okay, good. I am the Scotsman.
Of course you are.
And what does that mean?
You look like a Scotsman. That's all.
I am proud of it. See, I was out on a picnic with my wee bonny wife and my friend Jack when we were attacked. And my friend Jack was taken by a man with a skull for a face and another man wearing a mirrored helmet. They took him, and he points with his greatsword, to Aku's tower. And it's this giant black edifice in the center of the town.
Oh, that's what that is.
And so I left me wee bonny wife all alone to go back to me castle, and I came here to rescue my friend Jack.
I'm sorry, just my brain is not letting me accept this. Is this a saying? Or is your wife actually a bunny?
Bonnie.
Sorry.
It's an idiom. I'll give you a book on Scottish slang when we get back to the show.
So, if you
I don't plan on needing it that much.
If you aren't with Aku or those two cursed creatures who took me friend Jack, might I trouble you to be of some assistance with me?
Sure, but maybe you can help us too. We're looking for something around here.
What be you looking for?
Some sort of weapon, some sort of legendary weapon that drives back darkness.
Oh, then you want me friend Jack then. He has a sword. Sword of Darkness's Bane is what he calls it. Bunch of hoodoo, I swear. But it's about the only thing that's actually managed to hurt the beast Aku.
Well, sometimes legends have basis in fact.
Yep, they sure do.
Well, it seems like we have a collision of intentions here, so by all means.
All right. So with that, the Scotsman will kind of lead you through the back alleys and back ways of the city, leading you to Aku's towering tower of darkness.
I'm sorry. I'm a mature person.
I mean, you know.
Terrifying, towering terror of darkness. Tower of darkness.
Ooh.
I mean, it's better than having a minuscule tower.
It's very true. There do appear to be several of those Krang droids wandering about the outside as though they are patrolling and trying to keep things from breaching its defenses.
It looks like there's a pattern that we could slip by.
If you'd like to give me a notice roll.
I would. Free.
Kim, with some time, you are able to kind of notice that there is a pattern. There looks to be enough of a time lane for at least two of you guys to get through, and then you'd be able to call the other two after that initial time frame. Is anybody else like to look for any other weaknesses as well?
I would like to try that.
Okay.
So, like, if I were to carry Dexter, would that still count as just one?
It's not the first time that's happened. No, it would actually count as two of you getting through at once.
Well, that's good.
All right.
So,
Well, it's more of like because there's like four of us plus our friend, you know.
exactly. So there's five of us. So doing groups of two would take three groups.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering if I just carry Dexter.
So we send in the three redheads in one group. All right, I will attempt to notice as well. And
All right,
I
go for
have my scanner, I believe.
Yes, you do, for the whole world.
Okay. Well, thank goodness I have the scanner, because with the scanner I have two.
With the two. So yeah, you're able. You can confirm what Kim has noticed with that patrol. You also notice that like these things are nowhere near as well programmed as your own robots, even though they seem to be piloted by giant squishy brains.
I mean,
Well, you never said they were intelligent brains.
I will admit the thought of. Other than that, I don't understand how it would work. The thought of using my summoning my drone army to create a distraction certainly occurred to me, but I don't know how to justify them showing up.
Fair.
But I don't.
All right, Jenny or Dexter, would you get there?
Can I
All
look
right.
like
Do anything.
bush or something where I can do something?
What was that? Go ahead. Could you repeat it? What was that? Go ahead.
Can I try and find like a bush or something where I can do like classic hop in the bush?
You don't want to keep you don't want to be carried by Kim?
I would like to keep what little dignity I have.
Sorry, what? I did not
He wants to keep
hear that.
he wants to keep what little dignity he has by hiding himself in a bush and moving around rather than be carried by you.
I don't think that's much more dignified.
Dexter, I will let you give me a notice roll to see if you can see any kind of thing that you could use as some sort of mobile hideaway.
It's a good roll.
It is a good roll. So yes, I will say that you are able to find something to use as a mobile stealth platform.
Great.
And Jenny?
I was gonna try a stealth thing, but now I'm wondering if there's a way that I can deceive these robots to like march among them and pretend to be one of them in such a way that it throws off their patrol path and hopefully opens a bit more space to allow maybe 3 people to get through.
Jenny is rather morphic in her frame, so I like it.
All right, let's attempt to deceive. And I would like to use an aspect.
Okay.
Trying to decide if I should use my retro future tech or the advanced technology one, but that's pretty much the same thing. Like she's just trying to adapt her technology to look like the technology that's around here.
Okay. I would say probably the advanced technology would work a little bit better than that for that.
Okay. So it's either a +2 or a reroll, right?
Yes.
Well, my deceive is 0, so I don't think I can get higher than that. So I'll just take the +2.
Okay, so this will be an opposed roll because you're trying to. Yes, Krang, welcome. Where have you been, Krang? Tell us of your adventures in the outside world, Krang.
Feeling real crangy today.
I rolled 4 negatives.
Oh.
How's it cranging, my fellow Krangs?
So Jenny just kind of walks amongst them, and they all congregate, just leaving the door wide open for the rest of you guys to walk right on through. Oh my god. Oh.
I would complain about the shoddy craftsmanship, but on the other hand, it works to our advantage. So let's go.
Oh man.
Come along, Bush.
A lot. All right, you guys make it into this towering tower of terror.
Yeah.
Yes, now I'm just lining into the alliteration.
You're using it just to make me break.
It's not just you that's breaking, so that's oh,
Well, at least our audience knows that we're having a good time.
exactly. Oh my gosh. Having such a good time.
The
All right,
internet has broken me.
So you guys make it into this tower, and there is all of the forces seem to have been condensed outside to try to keep people from making it this far. Therefore, you guys are able to climb the massive staircase that winds through the center of this tower, and you will find yourself before an ornately carved mahogany door that is at least 40 feet tall. It does appear to be slightly ajar.
I thought it was a door.
Thank you.
I lived to make my father upset with me. And I got my facepalm.
I was waiting for that one because, I mean, it's a perfect setup.
It was.
So, what would you guys like to do here?
Well, Kim, you seem to like to do that whole scout ahead and look for evil, so...
I'll listen to the door.
You'll listen to the door. Go ahead and give me a notice roll,
yeah.
Kim.
Woo. Okay.
When I was a great big tree before they cut me down and forced me to... Sorry, you said you were listening to the door. I really should focus. We only have 3 hours for this game. It was just too good to pass up.
So we're only an hour and 15 minutes in.
I know.
Yeah, we got time to goof off.
So, Kim, you get up to the door and you're able to hear behind you. And you're actually able to see into the room a little bit as well. So with your fair notice roll, you see a towering, again, because we're using that word a lot tonight, being of complete darkness with a flame for a beard, sitting on a massive throne. In front of him are 2 other individuals, one with a long red cape, and the other
reflective face.
Oh no.
and the other wearing a loincloth and a purple hood.
Awesome.
And
Didn't sign up for this.
You're glad you signed up for this.
I said I didn't sign up for this. No.
Well, I'm glad you signed up for this. How's that?
Can I also point out that in all seriousness, it's quite possible that Mira does not recognize any of these people?
I know one. I never watched what he was from, but I know him.
Okay.
Knows him. So the one with the giant flaming beard looks down at the two individuals, and the bundle that is wrapped up at his feet. Not sure. He doesn't kind of have feet. It just kind of looks like a robe that goes to the floor and just kind of ends because it's just darkness. It doesn't even look like cloth or fabric. He goes, foolish samurai warrior, vanquished yet again by minions under my control. We're not under your control, Aku. We're working with you. You promised to acquiesce to our request if we captured your samurai. Skeletor, do not forget Cobra Commander's aid in capturing the samurai. You bumbling snake man. I've got beast men better than you that could have helped me more. But fine, whatever. Aku strokes his beard. This is true. I did promise to hear out your request. So, what is it that you want? We require that one's sword. A trifle. You have defeated him. You may take it. Get it out of my sight before it can harm me any further. Excellent. And you will submit to the darkness. I am the darkness, you fool. No, that which is coming. That I cannot do. Then Skeletor is going to pick up the sword. We may be at an impasse. And he's going to draw it and look like he's going to attack Aku. So Kim.
Stay quiet. If this dude can take one of our problems off of our hands, I mean, look, let them kill each other, and then whichever one's left will fight. I feel like that's a valid tactic.
You feel like that's a valid tactic. All right, give me a stealth roll to maintain your silence.
You see, now we just gotta hope my luck doesn't. Oh god. Hold up. Is there something we can do here?
You may spend a fate point to reroll or gain a +2.
Oh, but I gotta have an aspect.
You do have to have an aspect that will help you out in this regard.
Oh god.
Help.
Crap. I don't think I really do.
Remember, you can use the aspects of the scene too.
Is there any one of them that would make sense? Think of sense.
If you can make it make sense to you and explain it to me, then I can allow it.
I cannot make it make sense. Sadly.
All right. Final answer? Okay. Let me see if my bad guys, Skeletor happens to hear the creak of the door as you kind of push up against it, as you've been hiding against it, and he turns and says, "What's going on out there? Krang droids? No. Redhead? Whatever. Cobra Commander, deal with them." Cobra Commander is going to come to the doorway, and he's going to pull out a wicked looking pistol with a silencer on the end of it as Skeletor and Aku turn to face off. So Skeletor is coming, or not Skeletor, Cobra Commander is coming to deal with the lot of you. I'm going to say he's going to go first, Kim, and he's going to fire his gun at you.
Okay.
Because you're the only one that he can see currently.
No, it's fair.
It is fair. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just also like, gosh dang it, no one wants to get into physical combat with me, which means no. No one's doing close attacks, which lets me use things I have.
Gives you that nice little bonus. All right.
Yeah.
If you would give me a run defense. You are, yep, it's a good roll against his roll of 1. So he managed, the bullet wings the door, and you are safe.
Is it a bullet or is it a red laser?
It is actually, this one actually is a bullet.
Oh, they're serious.
They're serious.
I don't know him, so this means nothing to me.
we'll talk all about it at the break. All right. Xanatos, you are going to go next.
So I see the man in the vaguely paramilitary uniform without a face shooting at Kim.
Yes, you do. with a red cape.
With a red cape. It's a nice cape.
It's a nice cape.
It wouldn't go well with my suit.
Nope.
I will raise my pilfered Krang gun. Actually, shooting at them seems so. Did we overhear any of what Kim heard them talking about, or is that only Kim who heard that?
That would have only been Kim, because I'm assuming the rest of you guys were letting her scout it out.
Absolutely. Okay. Fine. Never mind. I was going to try to do something clever and deceivy, but instead, I guess I will just shoot at him with my pilfered Krang gun.
Pilfered Krang gun. Go for it.
I mean, that's why I have one. So I will shoot. That is a good shot. That is a 3.
That is a good shot. Let me see how Cobra Commander's defense is. His defense is also a 3. So you guys tie. No damage happens, but your gun does hit the doorway as well and takes a portion of that color out. So the doorway kind of falls away. And Cobra Commander looks out at you and goes, this will not stand. You have one of the Krang droid's weapons.
If it won't stand, you're free to sit down.
A witty one. I haven't matched wits with anyone since I dispatched the G.I. Joes.
Allow me to introduce you to my friend, Jenny.
Is Jenny met up with us again?
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Yes, I'm assuming Jenny was able to extract herself from the throng of Krang.
Yeah, she was like, "Krang you later, guys," and then eventually made her way back up.
Here in the Stories Project, we only have the most intelligent of conversations.
Maybe it is your turn, Jenny.
Well, since she's been introduced, she is going to, as she's flying up, like one of her hands is going to transform into like this very retro sci-fi looking laser, and she's going to fire a blast at Cobra Commander. It's a sentence I love to say.
I was going to say, none of you believed this evening what you were going to get up to.
No. But I'm glad that I did, that we're here.
Really
All right,
enjoying it. That's my shoot roll.
You have a shoot of 3. Let's see. Okay, Cobra Commander gets a defense of 2, so you get to wound Cobra Commander once. What does it look like?
Well, as soon as Xanatos says, "Let me introduce you to Jenny," she's gonna like, as she's flying up and her hands transform, it's just their weapon's gonna like charge up with the slow hum and then.
Now, is it a bolt or is it a ball?
It's like a ball. It's also going to wreck this the other side of this fancy mahogany door. Like if like one door was hit by the crane gun, then she's gonna like accidentally blast a part off the other door.
So now you guys have like an opening that's large enough for, you know, normal sized people that aren't Dexter or Aku to walk through.
Exactly.
All right, Jenny, who's gonna go next?
I want to see what Dexter can do.
And remember, the Scotsman can go as well. Dexter.
I picked my redhead. I know.
You picked your redhead. It's true.
I am in a bush.
A plethora of options.
I'm assuming that I could not see anything or hear anything in my little bush. So,
Well, you certainly can hear things, and I'm assuming you did the whole little.
sure. I'm going to very quickly do that. No one sees me. And I'm going to look at my little laser gun, and I'm going to, tell me if I can do this, try and change it to not a laser anymore, but some kind of like gun.
You want to make it a grapple gun? Is that what I heard?
Like something with magnets that can bring metal things.
Okay. That's sort of a grapple gun. Okay. So what you're going to try to do, Dexter, is you're going to create an aspect on the scene.
Sure.
So if you want to roll create, we'll see how well you do. All right. So Dexter, you've created an aspect on the scene. We're going to call it magnetile. And anybody else in the party can invoke that aspect with a fate point to gain a +2 or a reroll. So very nicely done, awesome. Dexter. Who would you like to go next?
I know. Let's see. We've already had everybody go. So
Kim and the Scotsman have not gone yet.
I'll have the Scotsman go. Let's see what he can do.
All right. So the they're fighting in the background.
Okay.
Which the Scotsman is going to jet off. I'm going to do this. Going to do this nice little placement. He's going to run right past Cobra Commander. He's going to get up to Samurai Jack, and he's going to undo the bonds around Samurai Jack, who will then pull himself up to his feet, dust off his robes, turn to Skeletor, and proceed to disarm Skeletor of Jack's sword. So those two have gone. Kim.
Oh. A friend. I'm gonna maybe friend. Probably not friend. He did try to kill me.
He did, it's true.
Alright, then I'm gonna try to kick him.
Okay. Go ahead, give me that fighting roll. That is a good fighting roll. Cobra Commander takes another wound. You knock him for a loop, Kim.
Yay.
And that is the end of round 1 of initiative. Would you like to choose who goes next, Kim, or do you want to go again?
I'm gonna pass it back over to Jenny.
All right. XJ9.
Yeah, let's just keep blasting this dude. She's going to transform her gun to make it appear even larger. and take another shot at this guy.
All right. That is a roll of 3. Let's see what I get. That will deal another wound to Cobra Commander. He does not look so good right now.
I mean, I wouldn't say he ever looked good.
I mean, it's true. You can't really see his face. He looks to be, he's winded. He's been hit a few times. He's having a hard time holding that pistol in an actual position to fire it. His hand is shaking a little bit. Jenny, who would go next?
I guess I can pick another redhead and say maybe Kim can go because she's already in position to kick this guy again.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. And kick the guy again.
Go for the face.
Because that sounds like.
Yeah.
Got it.
That is a great result on the fighting roll. And that will be enough.
Go for the face, then.
That will be enough to shatter Cobra Commander's mirrored faceplate and down him.
Nice.
The fight has now switched in the background to Jack and Aku and the Scotsman and Skeletor. Kim, who would you like to have go next?
Yo, Dexter. You're up.
Dexter.
Okay. I will creep my way over towards the door, and I will take out my magnetile and will try and get the sword.
Yep.
We need. That's my...
I'm going to get the sword we need. All right.
I like this kid.
Dexter, go ahead and give me a shoot roll. And if you would like to use the magnetile, go ahead and give yourself a +2 preemptively. So that'll be a 3. The sword comes winging at you, almost a dead, point of a katana winging at you before it flips up at the very end and lands blade down on your magnetile.
Then I will take it and I will run as far as I can. Nothing here, just a bush and a blade.
Oh my goodness! All right, so Dexter has absconded.
We only bring top-notch quality.
Dexter has absconded with Jack's blade. Dexter, who goes next?
I will let the Scotsman go next.
All right.
I don't know if he's on our side anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just steal his friend's sword.
The Scotsman is a little bit too preoccupied with attempting to beat down Skeletor.
Well, that's good.
As he tries to rat-a-tat-tat him with his machine gun leg. And let's see here. He does manage to do so, which causes Skeletor to go. Basically, he sees the Cobra Commander has been downed. He sees a big burly Scotsman with a gigantic great sword and a machine gun for a leg for God knows what reason. And he goes, screw this. Skeletor runs to live to fight another day. And he will disappear. Everyone give me a notice roll as he disappears.
All right, then.
Runs away.
We're doing great.
All right, so Kim and Kim and Xanatos notice, because Dexter's running away.
Right.
You notice that as Skeletor goes to run away, he drops something from his belt. It looks to be, it's a square-ish box type item. The Aku looks at Jack, who looks down at the fact that he does not have his sword anymore. He looks and says, "Ah, foolish samurai warrior, without your blade, you are nothing. However, there is something else coming that I must prepare for." Yes, I've lost Aku's accent now. And
You were balancing a lot of very distinct voices.
I know.
Yeah.
And so he turns into a gigantic bat and flaps off. And I believe that is a good place to leave it for our little bit of a break. So we are going to head to our break. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the first part of the double shot, our double featured Cartoon Universe game. We will be back in about 5 minutes or so. So get up, get some water, stretch, and we'll see you shortly. Thank you guys for sticking with us through the break. We are now back with the second half of the first episode of my Cartoon Universe game, Twilight of the Cartoon Universe. First half, our intrepid band of woebegone heroes found themselves marooned off their planets by a encroaching darkness that had swallowed it up. They met the current caretaker of the universe, Tom, and his AI helper, Sarah, who asked them to assist him in finding a way to drive this darkness back. So they have just absconded with Samurai Jack's magical blade. And that is where we pick things up. So,
question: How firm are we on this word heroes?
I mean,
I'm pretty confident about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's at least 2 in the party that feel like that.
Sure, no question.
So Jack is kind of looking around for whatever.
Sorry, I missed half that question. What?
Xanatos wasn't sure how stuck you guys were with the word heroes. But so Jack is kind of looking around for his sword. Dexter, you're running away. Let's see here. Skeletor has gone. They are gone. So Dexter is gone. Xanatos and Kim, you did notice that Skeletor dropped something as he made his escape.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have not acted yet this turn.
So go ahead, Xanatos.
I would like to go see what it was that he dropped.
All right, go ahead and pick that up. And when you do, it bears a striking similarity to the communication device that you were given from Tom. If you wouldn't know any better, and of course you would say it's only a model or 2 older than the one you currently possess.
Interesting.
There does seem to be information on it as well.
Okay. Well, then that can, for now, that can go into my pocket with the other one.
All right. Jack is going to move and address. He's going to move over to you, actually, Xanatos. Excuse me, sir. Did you happen to see where my blade got to?
Well, the man with the skeleton face seemed very interested in it.
Yes, I did, however, remove it from his person before. Do you think he used some sort of magic to take it from me.
He does seem the sort.
He gives you a formal bow, and he chases off after Skeletor with the Scotsman in tow, because he's like, "Oi, laddie, wait for me."
Got it. Lying.
Aaron feels kind of horrible about that.
Xanatos is like, good.
Xanatos is like, great, that's one complication I don't have to deal with now.
Great.
All right. So, Dexter, how far did you run before you stopped? How far did you shuffle? Because Dexter running is just...
Right.
Probably as far as he can get. I'm not sure how much time has passed, but
probably got back to like the stairs.
Sure.
Just a long distance for Dexter. Nobody's coming after you.
We should follow the bush.
Right.
Yeah.
He has the weapon. Let's go.
So wait, before my internet decided to be stupid, did we get to see what that thing that was dropped is?
I picked it up. We'll check it out on the ship.
All right. My internet decided to cut. All right then. Yeah, let's go follow
I'll
him.
just pop my head out and I will be like, "Hey, I am over here. You did not see me in the bush, but I have the sword."
You were so stealthy.
I do admire his pragmatism.
Yeah, let's reconvene.
All right. So yes. So leaving the city is not as difficult, and I use the word difficult very loosely for you guys. So getting back to the shuttle doesn't pose a problem. So you get back to the shuttle. You have the weapon. You have the device, Xanatos.
I will flip the communicator to Tom over to Jenny and say, him know what we found and see what should be our next step while I try to decipher this. And I'm going to start trying to look at the communication device that Skeletor dropped to see what I can discern from it.
All right. If you would please give me a knowledge roll, because you're recalling knowledge to be able to crack this thing.
All right. I will do that.
Ooh. A superb +5.
Yeah.
Very nice. Superb. So it takes you a little bit because there is some encryption on the device, but you are able to crack it, and you are able to get the last recording that was transmitted to the device.
Okay.
And it begins to play back, but you do have a good enough score. Are you playing it back for everyone or just for yourself?
I'm going to play it back for just myself first. And
Okay.
then I will decide if I should play it back for everyone.
Okay. So a gravelly voice, very similar to that maniacal laughter that you heard before you woke up, comes across. And it's Skeletor. I need you to hurry and finish your mission and bring that device and meet up with one of my other conspirators at this location. Tom cannot find the information that is housed therein. I need you to find my conspirator who has not checked in recently and retrieve what I sent them to retrieve. Okay. And there is also a set of coordinates attached.
Do by any chance do those coordinates match up with where Matrix and what's her name we're going?
Andrea?
Yes.
No, actually, it does not. It is a completely other planet, though it is on the border of where the wave of darkness currently is.
Okay. All right. I don't see the benefit to keeping this information to myself, so I will play the recording for everyone.
Okay. So the rest of you get all that information. Xanatos has the coordinates.
Awesome.
Jenny, you have the communicator that would patch you back to Tom.
Yep. So I'll contact him and say, hey, we got the weapon. It's this old-looking sword. I hope this is the right one.
I would imagine that you were told from the people there that it was.
I mean, I was just hoping for something a little, bigger and more blasty for a thing that covers the whole planet.
I don't think it was something that we figured was going to be planet busting, but sure. Can you send it back?
Do you want us to swing by there and drop it off?
Did you learn anything else?
Well, at this point, I've heard the recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we do know that there was somewhere else that this Skullface guy was supposed to go. He was going to meet someone else at a location that's close to the edge of this wave.
Okay.
Say the recording also gave us the confirmation that whoever our adversary is, he was specifically worried about this sword. So,
Yeah. Then swing back, drop that off, and then if you would you head off to that next location and check out whatever they were worried about from there?
I don't know that swinging by to drop it off is necessarily the best plan. Shouldn't we just get to the rendezvous as quickly as possible?
You know what? You're right. Go ahead and keep that on you for now, and just make sure it's safe.
Absolutely.
What about Matrix and Andrea? Have they reported anything back yet?
Yeah, they actually managed to find Bob. The connections to the other worlds that or the other systems on their world. One of them was still active, but it didn't. It led just deeper into the darkness. Bob was unfortunately waylaid by something else that the darkness had been sending out. Some I don't know, some sort of miasma that affected the citizens of that world, turned them into zombinomes, to quote Matrix. I'm not entirely certain what a binome is.
Okay, well, that's not a word I've ever heard before. All right, we'll keep the cool old sword on us, and we will head to this other location.
All right.
Tell the robots I said hi.
Okay. You hear Sarah. Sarah is in the background. Says, "Tell Jenny I said hi."
That's so cute.
Because that's the AI. So, you guys go ahead and enter the coordinates for the next world.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
All right.
Do you guys want me to hold on to the sword?
You see Dexter just flailing around with a sword three times.
Yeah, maybe you should hold on to it, Kim.
I mean, it's like 2 times his size, gesturing to Dexter.
Every time he swings it, he has to like catch his balance because it drives him in one direction, then drives him back. All
Yeah,
right.
I'll hold on to it.
All right. So we will go ahead and this shuttle will take off from the planet's surface and get you out into space, far enough away from the planet to then hyper jump to the next location. So this world has definitely seen better days. As your shuttle has exited hyperspace and the planet comes into view, you can see that the red-black ichor has consumed half of this world, and the tendrils flare angrily in space around it. The other side, however, is a kaleidoscope of colors. various bright and dull pastels clash against each other as though someone took varying swatches of the colors and just kind of placed them all over the place. It's almost as though those two color palettes are butting heads as they try to finagle themselves into position on this planet's surface. Kind of like a
I
quilt.
want to see this now, just me. I personally want to see this so much.
Perhaps our GM has a visual.
I do,
Dave?
well, I sort of have a visual. Because as you guys get down to the planet's surface, you do note that there is a gigantic dust storm underneath you. It doesn't actually appear to be created by sand blowing across a desert. No, it appears to be created by two sets of battling factions of armored ponies.
I'm sorry.
Will just got a very excited look on his face.
Mm-hmm. As your shuttle descends, there are two groups of ponies that are fighting. There is one set which is slightly more animated, has much larger eyes, and is of bright rainbow techno color, and the other set which is rather pastel, a little bit more generic pony-like. And that is the group that is driven away as your shuttle descends and lands on the planet's surface.
Okay, this is awesome.
Says Aaron. Xanatos is like, what the?
Oh yeah, no. Xanatos is mildly disturbed. Your shuttle has landed. The ponies on the right of the screen, the one in the cowboy hat wearing plate armor over its flanks, emblazoned with a set of red apples on its flank, kind of walks up and stares at the cockpit of your shuttle.
I guess we should go down there and shake hands. Well, not shake hands. I guess go say hi.
Teenage girls like horses, right?
I'm sorry.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, maybe robot horses.
Kinda.
I need a drink.
A strong one.
Let's go talk to the horses.
All right, so you guys descend the landing ramp.
Want to be horses?
And they both of the ponies kind of walk over and they look at you and they go, all right, well, you're new. What are you doing here?
We come in peace?
That's what the last group that came through here said. Then they stole our princess.
Oh no.
Dexter gets out like a little camera or like the camera on his watch, and he's trying to take a selfie with them. I have a little sister. She will not believe it. She will be so jealous.
So yes, that is what is said to you. What are you doing here?
Who's answering this one?
Vanquish the darkness. I'm very cool.
What he said.
Dexter, would you like to make me a suave check?
Sure. So suave.
Dexter is so suave.
What does a 0 get me?
Well, a 0 doesn't really change their attitude so much. Would you like to use omelette du fromage? Yes, I had a lot of fun naming the stunts, okay?
I saw it there, and so I guess mechanically I have a question. Does that mean that for this whole scene I won't be able to, I'll have to flip create and suave the whole time?
Yes, basically your +3 in create becomes a +3 in suave.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. This feels more like a suave scene than a let's make things. Yes, I will enact omelette du fromage. Which do I just roll that then?
No, we'll go ahead and we'll keep that roll, but it'll be at a +3 instead of a +0. So it'll get you a 3. So that kind of that gets Rainbow Dash to kind of settle down a little bit. Applejack is still eyeing you warily and says, I don't know too much about any. Well, no, actually, that's not true. We do know about the darkness. But it's over there. It's not here yet. I think you might need to talk to Princess Luna.
Some horse in charge, absolutely.
All right. You can follow me. I've got my eye on you.
Of course you do.
And she and Rainbow Dash will lead you through this area, kind of passing through a town. And again, you are getting this whole weird vibe from this place, is that you see more color in one section, followed by more pastel in another, and it just kind of it's even more juxtaposed now that you're on the surface than it was from your bird's eye view in space.
Okay,
this is a little overwhelming.
Is anyone else bothered by the fact that they clearly don't have hands to manipulate those door handles with?
No.
Me. Hey.
I'm just not even questioning it right now.
I mean, it's a little illogical, but I'm just trying to get used to everything we're seeing today.
Look, I think I've done a very good job of rolling with a mechanical girl and a small redheaded genius and a skeleton-faced man. I think I've rolled with all of that today, but the talking horses...
Really? What's breaking you?
Well, just think, if this is the weirdest thing you've ever seen, then after this, nothing will ever surprise you again.
Dexter's just glowing that someone called him a genius.
And I thought Arcadia was weird.
It's true. All right, so you guys managed to get to the castle, just way back in the distance there, sort of. But the guards let you in because you're traveling with Applejack and Rainbow Dash, and they lead you to the throne room. And in the throne room is a majestic purple Pegasus unicorn. Alicorn. Thank you.
I had a My Little Pony face.
I was going to say, which one of us is the right demographic to have been targeted by My Little Pony? Friendship is magic.
You know, you're really making me realize how awful this is. Of just like, now that you're describing it, I'm now just like over here not enjoying the chaos anymore, because I'm now like enjoying coloring and making colors look nice together. So I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, how did I get from there to here.
I mean, you were 5.
Yeah, I still feel attacked.
All right. So the alicorn is meeting with a couple of advisors, and they notice as you walk in. I would like everybody to give me a notice roll.
We're still on the Aku's Earth screen, by the way.
Oh, I am very sorry.
I wasn't sure if that was supposed to
There
be.
we go.
Oh, wow. That is a
There
lot
you go.
brighter than I...
There you go.
Oh, Calvin,
Really
are
bright.
you not familiar with My Little Pony Friendship is Magic?
Only like in name only. I've never really seen it.
Got it. Okay.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I realized what was happening with all of the new ones, but
Oh, the aspects. Andy, I don't know if I love you or hate you. That's a very strong feeling.
Oh my god. Attack. Also, apparently, I really enjoy looking at this.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
yeah, Jenny has to like turn down the brightness on her eyes as she's trying to look around.
Reduce saturation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oddly saccharine sweet, that coloration. All
Nothing
right.
has outlines.
Nothing has outlines. No. It's like
It's like a little kid's nightmare or dream.
all right. So with those notice rolls,
We were
Kim.
all over the place.
Yeah, they were all over the place except for Kim, who rolls
Wow.
an epic.
Wow, Kim. Almost like you're good at that.
Yeah, do you like My Little Pony?
Wow. So Kim, you as you're walking into this room, and you are taking in this whole scene, assuming that you're trying to tamper down any overwhelming sensations that are actually coming across, because dear Lord, this is the weirdest thing you've seen all day today.
That's saying something.
And that is saying something. You notice for a very, very brief second that the alicorn's eyes flit from that bluish green to red, and they stare daggers at Xanatos for just the briefest of seconds.
Fun.
So with that, the alicorn dismisses her advisors, and Rainbow Dash and Applejack walk up to her, and Applejack says, "Well, Princess Luna, we've brought a couple of new outsiders who say they're here about the encroaching darkness. The little one seems pretty trustworthy. I'm not sure about the others, though." And Luna will look over all of you with that kind of regal bearing, and she goes, "The darkness has taken over half of this world. It is encroaching on our lands, and it has made... We're not entirely certain what they are, though our history tells us that they may be ancestors of ours. They have created copies of them. These copies have infiltrated our castle, and they have stolen my sister, Celestia. We have reached an impasse in that our forces are equally matched against theirs. With my sister at my side, we may be able to drive the darkness from these lands entirely and reset the world to the way it should be." And she's going to look Dexter straight in the eyes. "Would you like to help, little one?"
And I will look to everyone else. And I won't wait for a response. Yes, of course, we would like to help, and we have a magic sword, and everything is going to be wonderful.
A little confident there, buddy.
Wow, very good then.
We could always use some extra hands to drive this darkness back, or extra hooves.
You all right there, Aaron?
Aaron's great.
It's not Xanatos.
Xanatos.
The Xanatos wants to fall off a bridge.
Yeah, he kind of does. He's like, you know what? We could let the darkness take this world. It wouldn't be so bad.
Kind of an improvement, really.
All right. So Dexter has vociferously said yes. So that then Luna will turn to Applejack and Rainbow Dash and say, a smaller force can get through the forest and get to where our scouts believe their base is. Would you take them? And she'll do that. She'll kind of like come to attention, raise a hoof, and aye, ma'am. And she'll turn to look at the rest of you and say, all right, come on, follow me.
All right, I just want to make sure that we're clear on the plan. We're going to help the Alicorn find her sister, and that's going to get rid of the darkness.
That's what she said.
According to them, yeah.
We are aware that the adversary does have an agent somewhere here, correct?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're working with those other less animated ponies.
Their frames don't move at quite the same speed.
It's not very smooth, you know?
Not very smooth, no. I hurt every time I run this game, just so you guys know when we get here.
You wrote it, man.
I know.
I'm gonna sidle up by Apple. And I'm just gonna say, I am very slow when I'm walking on these two little feet. Can I maybe climb on your back and ride a little faster?
Oh boy. Dexter, would you like to give me a suave check?
Right now.
As Dexter says, amulet de fromage.
Yes.
Instead of a -1, that's a plus.
You have a +3, so that ends up making it a 2. Yeah, Applejack likes you enough at this point. She'll let you ride.
I don't know what happened, but he's been so charming since we got here.
I remember an episode where people did ride the other one, where like they would have like younger ponies.
I was gonna say Spike
older
rides
one.
Twilight.
I have to just yes. Right, thank you. I was like, I remember in my memories somewhere someone has rode one of them.
I feel
Yeah,
like
Spike rides Twilight pretty regularly.
Yes. Kim, that little bit of information you got, what would you like to do as you guys are kind of heading out of the castle?
So her eyes change. I'm sorry. There's been a lot going on.
That's true. It's fair. So her eyes, for the very briefest of seconds, you caught her eyes flash red, like the whole eye went red, and she stared daggers directly at Xanatos. And then, I mean, it was basically a blink and you miss it moment, because if you hadn't been looking at her at that exact moment, you would have missed it.
So I can't really get this to Dexter because I don't really want the pony to hear. and he is riding her. But I'm gonna whisper to Xanatos and Jenny. Something's off about the alicorn.
What do you mean?
Right when we walked in, it was like for only a split second, her eyes went red and was glaring daggers at you.
Well, that's strange. I'm normally so charming.
And now I see why she was glaring at you.
It normally takes people a while to realize they can't trust me.
Look, I'm more just concerned about the eyes going red.
No, well, remember, the adversary said he has an agent here. Perhaps he's already infected the princess.
You think it's the alicorn?
I would say I'm not ready to rule that out.
Oh, good point.
I'm not saying it's
Of course, I'm not
her.
100% certain that we can trust Tom and all of them yet either, but it's the best option we have to go with.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't want their worlds to be permanently gone either.
No, but clearly some people think they can work with this darkness, so...
Yeah, but I mean, Skullface guy was pretty obviously a bad guy.
Yeah, wanted to let you guys know.
I mean,
Just
bad guy's subjective.
It's fair. It's true.
I'm also just saying it in case where she's sending us isn't going to be safe. I mean,
Well, I assume everything's a trap.
not, yeah. Just,
All right. I guess we should just stay on our toes.
Yep.
Keep our eyes open. Look out for evil-looking horses.
Be ready for the horses to betray us, right?
All right, so Rainbow Dash and Applejack will lead you deeper into the forest to an earthen bivouac that has been set up, an earthen kind of fortress that it has a very crude wooden gate. Earth has been mounted up to serve as the walls, and everything that you can tell makes this place out to be a very primitive, very undermanned, understaffed type of location.
Do we see anyone outside or on patrol or anything? Or
Please give me a notice roll.
yeah.
Notice. You?
Ooh, I actually rolled well for once.
You did. All right, so it's 3s and 4s for Jenny, Xanatos, and Kim. Xanatos, you do notice that there are no patrols whatsoever. Xanatos, you probably get yourself to a location where you can see inside this earthen bulwark. And you note that there are very few ponies wandering about. There are some tents that are strewn open, and there seems to be a lot of triage going on here.
Okay.
There is one larger tent in the back of this setup.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything here seems to be very tossed together. What would you like to do?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. I thought so.
Maybe we should sneak our way in.
Okay. That's a good plan.
What do you guys think? Stealthy approach this time?
I mean,
Because we can't see.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just saying that's a better idea than just sing right in.
Yeah. Maybe we can find whatever tent the kidnapped pony princess is in.
If I had to guess, I'd say probably start with that bigger tent.
You know?
Because in all fantasy series, the biggest tent is reserved for the royalty, which makes it a perfect target for anybody wanting to fire a fire arrow into it or anything. But that never happens.
I mean, we could just fire a fire arrow into it.
Do we even have fire arrows?
I'm sure I have something in here.
Then again, also, she's in there. Let's maybe not light it on fire.
Right.
All right, so do we have a stealth mission undertaking?
Sure.
All right, if you
I'm
would
not
please.
good at that.
I'm actually not good at stealth, alright?
I mean, it's not a negative. And you have things that you can utilize.
We do.
Alright. So, you're good.
All right. Let's try it.
Woo. Do you want to go and, poke our head in before we all go?
Well, you'll have to if you're trying to get to the tent itself, you'll have to manage the sneak rolls to get through everything to actually poke your head in. So let's go ahead and get those stealth rolls if you guys are ready for it.
All right. Option. Because I'm terrible at stealth. Perhaps I could go a little bit away from the group into the wooded area and create a distraction using deceive to help them be stealthy.
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay. Then yes, I'm going to head off over into the wooded areas and using a few micro explosives that I always keep in my pocket, set a few trees to blow up and cause a distraction.
Okay, go ahead and give me a deceive roll if you would, please.
I will do that. It's a 1.
It's a 1. Let me see, because this is opposed. Oh yeah, they the ones that aren't really tending to anybody and just kind of seem to be resting all perk up at this set of controlled explosions in the woods, and they come out to check it, which leaves your guys' path relatively wide open.
Nice.
Don't seem the most tactically advanced. So yes, even Dexter with his terrible -2 stealth roll is able to get through now.
The bushes here are too bright.
Bushes here are too bright. So everybody but Xanatos is able to get into this bulwark, just because you're
Alright.
further out.
Yay.
Yay. So you guys are heading towards the tent, right?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
big tent.
The big tent. So go ahead and give me a notice roll as you get closer, because you're going to be poking your heads in, I believe.
It's free.
Nice.
Yep.
I'll get it free.
Guys,
Oh,
all got good rolls. So you guys all poke your heads in. You'd see Firefly and Applejack, as Firefly is speaking to Applejack and says, I just don't know what we can do. We can't seem to convince them that we're not evil. And and as you guys are looking around, you do not see another alicorn in this tent. you see just these two ponies having a conversation. They are like, we can't do much more. We can't handle much more of this. I don't know why they keep fighting us.
Where are the ponies we came in with right now? Are they still
probably with Xanatos, because they're like, yes, destruction, good. We like causing distractions.
Okay, if it's just these two in here, Jenny might just pop out if no one's going to object to that.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing that we need in here. Although this is definitely making my original concerns a bit greater.
Yeah, Jenny might just reveal herself if...
Yeah, Jenny, nobody's going to stop you. It doesn't seem like.
I don't think I can stop you.
And it's a totally Jenny move, so.
And I guess we're doing this. All right.
They said they're not evil. She's gonna pop out and say, I thought there would be a kidnapped princess pony here, but looks like I was mistaken.
Both of these ponies will turn and gasp at you and go, no, are you here to hurt us?
No? Well, probably not. Maybe.
I'm gonna step out now because, oh god.
It's like, oh no, another one.
Calm down.
Look, we're not here to fight anyone. We're just here to rescue a kidnapped princess. I'll admit I was expecting a dragon in a tower, but...
There's no kidnapped princess here.
Wait.
We've been trying to convince the other ones that we're not evil. An elder came to us and told us that they have been bewitched by Tyrek, as we once were very long ago. So we've been trying to reach them, to talk to them, to unwitch them. But it hasn't worked. They just keep fighting us.
Bewitched by what?
Tyrek. He was an evil ancient sorcerer who tried to bind us to carry his chariot across the sky. It's a thing.
I'm sorry. Kim isn't breaking this, it's just me.
So villainous.
So villainous, I know.
God, if you guys would have just said yes, carried his chariot across once or twice, and then said, all right, there's our deal.
Oh no, it was for eternity.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry.
And he would unleash unspeakable evil upon the land.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
You are a smidge too young for this one, unless Aaron has shown you the original.
Oh no! Oh no! Why would I do that?
Their main problem was Discord for me for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got new villains every now and then, but
Yes.
I mean, Discord's not a villain.
he was until he wasn't. He seemed scary, but then he just became not.
I'll point out I'm playing Xanatos.
Yeah. Alright, so, are there any signs that they've been bewitched?
Well, no, but the elder told us that was the case, and we believed her.
Would, per se, red eyes?
Not that I recall.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen her since.
Who is this elder you keep mentioning?
Oh, it's one of our elders. The one that goes into a hermitage to read the portents and the signs.
Oh, okay. The signs.
Yes, I see.
I am so glad I'm off in the woods right now.
Okay.
So how do we break Tyric's control?
Yeah.
There must be something. There must be a controlling crystal back at the castle. Yes, a controlling crystal. I think that's what he used before. Yes.
How do we know you guys aren't the ones who are lying to us?
I mean, it's weird to be talking about your lies and when you think you're in secret.
Oh, yeah, that's
Ah,
a good point.
Kim gets a fake point for that.
Point.
Thank you. I'm sorry. It was just
Jenny's
in
like,
secret when
oh
you
yeah.
no one's listening to us. We're gonna keep lying. It doesn't seem smart.
Why does that make sense? It doesn't.
So the bright lights are overloading my RAM.
That I pointed out semi-obvious.
Okay, what does this crystal look like?
They sketch out a diamond shape in the ground, but they go, but 3-dimensional, not flat.
Okay. 3-dimensional, like that Matrix guy.
Yes, like the Matrix guy. Oh my gosh. All right.
3-dimensional in a 2-dimensional world.
I was going to say, aren't most of us 2D?
Yeah.
No.
Make your stealth roll. I turn to the side. They cannot see me. Griffin.
Like, no, just because your cartoons were 2-dimensional, that doesn't you yourselves we're not 3-dimensional. Yes. Okay. So Kim, are you going to try, Kim or Jenny, are you guys going to try to calm these ponies down with a suave check?
Yeah. All right.
We can get Dexter to do it. He's the swap one here.
He didn't step out yet.
No, he's still hiding behind Kim.
Hiding behind me.
Dexter, use your charms.
I can't hear you well.
Yes, I will. I think you're muted.
Am I muted now?
Nope, you're good now.
I can hear you.
I'll pop out and I will say, will you help us in order to get this crystal?
Omelette de fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
I'm sorry, I'm so amused at. All right, we're gonna try to calm these ponies down by having another person pop out. No, calm down.
Omelet.
The real Applejack liked me. Well, the other Applejack liked me. So.
It's true. So go ahead and give me a suave roll there, Dexter.
You know, a good way to charm someone is to call them the fake version of themselves.
Yeah.
So
It's
that
true.
is 2.
Oh,
Yes.
oh no.
No,
Thank God for that +3.
Yep, thank God for the +3. So yeah, so you're able to calm them down. Dexter is able to omelette du fromage, and get
Such
them.
a way with words.
I know. That's all he can say. So yes, they agree to help you in whatever way they can, because they're not entirely certain what it is that they can offer you. As they kind of tap Jenny, and you hear the tink of metal on metal.
Honestly, they can help us by giving us info.
Okay. Well, what do you need to know?
All right, so have we already established that they didn't capture her?
She's definitely not here.
All right.
She could be in the earthenworks thing.
So, in your attempts to negotiate and let them know that you're not a threat, who have you been talking to?
Well, the one that looks like Applejack, and the winged one with the rainbow lightning on her flank.
Got it.
And this is all coming from Firefly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How do we destroy this crystal? Do we just, punch it or blast it or slice it or crush it?
I would imagine all of those applications of violence would do it.
I'll try them all at once.
That's a lot of attacks at once. I'm a little confused on how you're going to do that all at once.
I'll figure it out.
Best response.
Jenny is the perfect application of when the only tool you have is the hammer.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, right. Oh, God. So we're still lost on the missing princess. And we have a crystal to destroy. Okay.
Maybe if we destroy this crystal, we can get some actual help from the ponies.
Yeah. So
All right.
one more question for just us, kind of gesturing to the group I've been with now. What are we gonna tell the other ponies?
Ooh.
We came here to find their captured princess. Now what are we gonna tell them? Like, what's our cover?
Well, I mean, I was just gonna fly down, grab our friend, and fly all the way back to the castle. I was hoping that one of you ponies could give one of the other two a ride.
Well, I can fly, says Firefly.
Let's fromage. And I top of fire.
So, all right. So at this point, Dexter, you're gonna go out and try to convince the other two. Is that what I heard?
I was just gonna sit on Firefly,
Oh, okay.
but
I feel like going back in there not yet seeming like a threat might make it easier to find and destroy the crystal.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Yeah, we probably need a cover.
is there a reason we can't just sneak into the castle?
It's true.
I mean, fair, but I don't know. Just castle, I would assume it's probably more heavily guarded than the camp.
You would probably want to bring Xanatos with you if you were going to do that.
And then
Seems like a very crafty guy.
going back to the other ponies.
Okay, so let's, I guess, go to the ponies that brought us here and either lie to them or just crap our friend and bail. Or can we convince them somehow? I mean, can we break this mind control at all? Jenny says, addressing the two ponies.
You could certainly try. Just because our attempts haven't worked doesn't mean that yours wouldn't.
Actually, that's a fair point. Quick question. So I have a thing for it's called quick thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Which is once per scene, I can make a knowledge roll, I think, to change one aspect.
Yep, you can make a knowledge roll at +2, or you can change an aspect on the scene or another player.
Yeah. Could we change friendship isn't magic to friendship is magic? Change it back to normal?
You certainly can.
Be easier for us to try to befriend people?
Well, Kim, you do some quick thinking on your part, and you make that, and suddenly Applejack and Rainbow Dash join you in the tent.
Yay! Power of friendship.
And they are like, oh my god, we are so sorry for all the trouble that we put you through. And this is like Applejack crying on Applejack's haunches. Because Xanatos, all of a sudden, they just kind of popped out of existence from near you. We're not entirely certain what is going on here.
I feel like it's probably because of something that my companions did. I'm going to try to make my way over to the tent.
So you walk in on the scenes of these ponies basically apologizing to each other for all the harm they've inflicted upon each other.
Do I want... No, I don't. I really, really don't.
I can't even roleplay right now. I'm laughing so much.
Oh, that's the best use of that power I've seen.
I wasn't expecting it to end like that in my defense.
So that'll allow you guys to get back to the castle with no issues whatsoever. If that's what you'd like to do.
All right, so what did I miss?
Well, it turns out the other ponies that we just talked to, the big eye ones, looks like they might have been mind controlled by a evil wizard named Tyrek, who has a chariot that he wanted these ponies to pull. There was a bit of a whole story with it, which I guess isn't important right now. But either way, they were being mind controlled to attack these ponies. So we're going to go destroy the crystal that's controlling their minds, and then hopefully get some actual help from them to stop the big darkness wave.
I was just thinking of ways to try to make them go back to being friendly at least, and here we are.
Sure.
I don't.
Yeah, also friendship is apparently magical.
I guess.
I don't recall seeing that in the Magus's book, but fine.
All right, so you guys are able to get back. You guys would be able to get back to the castle. At this point in time, all of the ponies that are out and about, the guards and such, they're all friendly, exceedingly, towards the rest of you. They're even apologizing to Firefly and Applejack and the rest of the ponies that you guys have brought with you.
Am I the only one bothered by this?
I don't know, but they're not fighting. So
I'm ready to take the win where we can get it.
exactly.
So you get back to...
Why is he speaking French?
Oh no! This isn't a choice here. He's just doing it.
Whatever it is, it's working.
It is, but
I never noticed how red his hair was.
He's got a recording contract and everything now. When you guys get back to the antechamber where Princess Luna met you, Luna is not there, and the room is completely empty.
that's not good.
Good sign.
I look around.
If you guys all want to give me notice rolls, you may certainly do so.
We can
Yes,
try.
please. I'm not okay at that. Hey, 5.
Thank goodness for him.
Everybody got a fair average, so that was good. But yes, Kim, you do notice that there is a tapestry on the western wall, and it seems to be fluttering in the breeze ever so slightly.
Jester.
Oh,
I'm just gonna.
a fake passage in the wall of the castle hidden behind a tapestry. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, wait.
Let's check that out.
All right. So
As I'm
instead of...
choking on nothing.
And you're choking on nothing. Don't choke on the air. It's a bad idea.
I don't try to.
So behind the fake wall, is a very short hallway that begins to descend as a set of stone stairs. There are a set of braziers that are lit as you go further and further down into the darkness of this lower chamber. You do happen to it does open up eventually, and there is a set of gilded gold doors in front of you. And strangely, again, this set of doors is ajar.
I won't make the joke again.
It's okay.
So can I try to listen again?
Kim may certainly try to listen again. Does anybody else want to try to listen? Yes.
Okay. Let's go.
I mean, I like listening, but I'm not so good at the sneaking part.
That's a great.
That is a great. Xanatos, did you want to listen as well?
Oh, sure. Let's try it.
All right.
That's mediocre.
All right.
You hear nothing.
No, he does. He doesn't make out the words, but however, he does recognize the voice.
Oh.
As Kim, you hear a very husky female voice saying, "I need it. Tell me where it is. Give it to me, and I will leave. I will be gone from your hair. I have to be gone before they come back." And you, Kim,
episode before.
Oh.
in the room.
Oh.
Oh my.
I haven't seen this episode before, but
Oh, let me get out the other one, please. One moment.
the other one. Oh.
The other one, yes.
Yes, I definitely recognize that voice.
Maybe.
There we go.
I was gonna say she's so tiny.
There we go. So yes, Xanatos, you clearly recognize the voice of Demona, basically pleading with a pair of chained alicorns in this treasury.
I mean, like, what does it look like? What does it look like she's pleading for?
She's asking them for something.
And they don't look inclined to.
They do not look inclined to provide her the item. They basically Celestia looks at her and says, "You have thrown our kingdom into chaos. Why would we give you that power?" "Because I need it. I need it to undo this." And she pulls up her right arm, which is engulfed in that red-black ichor. It has not fully dissolved, or it hasn't gone away. It has basically replaced her arm.
That just sounds like your own problem, ma'am.
But I can't make out the words, correct?
You can't make out the words, no.
Do we want to step in, or?
What are they saying?
She's pleading for something. Not the one that's not a pony.
Yes, no, I know her.
I don't. I don't know what she's pleading for, but the other two don't seem inclined to give it.
Well, she can't be trusted.
Do you care about her?
That's a complicated question.
I don't like that as an answer. But
I mean, she's tried to kill me before.
So you don't like her.
But I've tried to kill her also. And we've also worked together, so it's complicated.
I don't know what was going on in your life.
You'll understand when you're a grown up.
So can I shove Xanatos into the room?
Yes, you certainly can. I just imagine Kim puts her hand on her hip, sighs, and just pushes Xanatos.
All right, you've tried to kill each other before. Get back at it.
Get back at it.
No, that's entirely appropriate.
Oh. So Xanatos, you make a not so stealthy entrance into the room.
You mean you got shoved?
Yes.
Not so stealthy.
Not even... yeah.
Can I roll suave to make it look like I walked in intentionally?
You certainly can. Because I am here for it.
No. It's not smooth. That's fine.
It was a -1.
Yeah, which I'm good at suave normally, but
I know.
Not when you get shoved.
now I get shoved. That's fair. No, that's totally fair. I'm still gonna play it off like it was totally intentional.
Just perfect.
Demona, my dear, wish I could say I was surprised to see you here, but when there's trouble, you're usually close at hand. So what's your
Xanatos? Of course, you had to be the one that was left. You of all the rest of our world.
Well, you made it out.
Not without a cost, and she shows you the creepy demon ichor arm.
So what's your angle here?
The intruder said, if I gathered the device that these ponies, and she looks absolutely disgusted as she's saying all of this.
I sympathize.
If I would acquire the device these ponies had, he would release me from this bond, and he would restore our world, at least the gargoyles of our world, when he remade the universe in his own image.
Oh, Demona. This is hardly the first time that you've been duped by someone much smarter than you into believing what you wanted to believe.
Wow.
She seethes at you and says, yes, and unlike others, I can't even say it now, Xanatos. What would you have me do? Would you have me sit and do nothing? Would you have me a slave for someone else's will?
Well, no. That's why I propose that you work with the people trying to restore the entire universe, instead of the person who's manipulating you openly.
How can I trust you after all of our history?
Oh, you can't. But you can trust me to work in my own interest.
Go ahead and give me a suave roll.
Okay. I would like to go ahead and invoke my aspect of protect my family, because Demona would know me well enough to know that if there is one thing I will do anything for, it is to restore the universe the way it should be with my family.
Yep.
I'm totally not laughing over here because my brain said you were going to try to use friendship as magic.
I mean, that would be tempting too, but protect my family is one of my own aspects. So.
Why should I trust you? Because if we work together as friends, maybe the magic will cure you.
All right. Well, I got a +4, and then since I spent a fate point to invoke my aspect, that is a +6.
Yes, a +6 is a fantastic. So Demona looks completely and utterly dejected at her own lack of control, her own lack of will to resist this entity. And she kind of flops over, and her eyes go back to normal. They're not red any longer. And she says, David Xanatos, I know you are a man of your word when it comes to your family. I will work with you in this endeavor. We will restore the world the universe as it should be, and not how I wish it to be. And she will Go ahead. Sorry, I missed that.
Then I will extend a hand, since you said she kind of slumps over, to just kind of right her back up, and
she takes it with her left arm, the non. Yes.
Yeah.
She will unshackle both Celestia and Luna, and then she will kind of go and stand behind the group. Celestia and Luna will look at the group, and they say, "You have the aura of someone who has met a caretaker."
A what now?
Oh, what now?
Caretaker. What Tom said he was.
Oh.
We have been guarding this for a very long time, and they're going to stand back and they're going to plant their hooves into a set of depressions that you did not see in the floor beforehand. And a pedestal is going to rise from the center of the room, and on it is, of all things, Xanatos, a laser disc.
That's impressive technology.
A laser disc?
Mm-hmm.
Not a CD. A laser.
Not a CD, a laser disc.
What's a laser disc?
Yeah, you're too young.
Sorry.
And what is this?
They're going to take it down from the pedestal, and they're going to slip it into a player, because of course. And a figure pops up.
Hologram laser.
A hologram of this gentleman pops up.
Oh my God, Andy.
Oh, wait, I don't get this.
I'll explain everything to you after the game, Mira.
It says, Tom, 2 caretakers cannot be active in the universe for very long, else things get really wonky. But I wanted to leave this message for you because something has encroached into the universe, some sort of intruder. It's attempting to disturb my rest here at Ghost Planet Industries, and I don't know how long the defenses can hold out for it. I've sent you there's some information I've included on this disc that is vital, I feel, towards combating it. The screen shakes a bit as though the camera that's being used to record has been rocked by something. It's not long for me here. It's coming soon. Find the keys, find the wellspring, and put an end to all of this. And it's going to turn to static. And that is where the to be continued sign of the episode comes into play.
Great job.
So, everybody, I want to thank you for hanging out with us tonight for this first part of our special doubleheader. We will be back next week at 7 p.m. for the finale of this 2-shot. Other than that, join us tomorrow night for the penultimate episode of East Texas University. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast, Something Dragons. A new episode drops this Friday. So everyone, have a good rest of your night, a good week, and we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.